The government of Ghana, with the support of the World Bank and the USAID, presents to you the GCAP Diaries. The diaries showcase the success stories of the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project being implemented by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
GCAP has come to change the face of farming in Ghana.
We have currently supported 31 grantees on various fronts.
Because of GCAP's intervention, today we have about 60% of the total number of outgrowers that we have being women.
We have learned agronomic practices.
Through the trainings, farmers have been able to increase their yields.
GCAP intervention, the road is fine.
The intervention of GCAP has been lovely and farmers have embraced it.
We want people who know and understand the market and can produce to meet the needs of the market.
Watch GCAP Diaries on this channel every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Countries typically move through three phases of growth, from agriculture-based to transforming and then to urbanized. China and India have moved from being agriculture-based to transforming in the last 20 years. In addition, many countries have deep interregional differences. Bihar in India, Chiapas in Mexico, and Piauí in Brazil are all examples of agriculture-based regions within transforming or urbanized countries. The main point to note is that agriculture can be a lead sector for overall growth in the agriculture-based countries. Rapid agricultural growth in China, India and Vietnam was the precursor to the rise of industry and services. The sector has helped generate growth in the rural non-farm sectors of China, India and Vietnam. Ghana has been following such a trend through commercial agriculture. The Ariku Company Limited is a company in agribusiness making huge inroads in commercial farming in Ghana. The CEO of the company, Ariku Martin Akrugu, has won many awards in the agric sector, namely Boku Municipal Farmer 2008, Upper East Regional Best Farmer 2010, Upper East Best Seed Grower 2013, and National Best Seed Grower 2014. The company is located in Baswa in the Upper East region and was established in 2004. The company has an outgrower base of 1,500 with a percentage of about 70 being male. The outgrower groups are spread in 21 communities in the Boku West and Binduri districts.
Our main objective is to produce quality grain. And we also have 1,151 outgrowers located in 21 communities of Boku West and Binduri districts. And we support them with tractor services, selling, inputs, storage. We have a 80 metric ton warehouse which is in good use.
In spite of the company's successes, it faced challenges that didn't allow the company to operate at its optimum. The company had vast land that it didn't have the resources to develop. It also had difficulty farming all year round due to lack of an efficient irrigation system to irrigate the farms. Dry season farming was only a dream due to over-reliance on rain-fed irrigation. The farm lacked a storage facility to store harvested produce. Post-harvest loss was a common phenomenon due to inaccessible roads from the farm to the nearest storage warehouse or the market.
We were having so many challenges. One, we had the land, but how to develop the land was a problem. There was a lot of trees, storms, and other things to take it out. People didn't even know good agricultural practices. They would just plant anyhow, harvest it and dump it, and rain would beat it, it will become moldy, and sometimes they will even take it to the market and it will be rejected. You see, the land is very vast, and you see that it's around the White Volta, where there is plenty of water. But the resources to get like mechanization, like irrigation, was also a challenge. And even if they harvest, how to handle it, where to store it. I only had 80 metric ton, and this land is about 500 acres. 80 metric ton cannot contain 500 acres of produce. So that was another challenge. And even to drive in, sometimes you harvest, you have to take the produce to the house. And there is no way you can drive in this if you don't have a proper feeder route. That was also another challenge.
In 2014, the company applied to GCAP for funding to develop a 500-acre land for rice and maize cultivation. This comprised uprooting of trees, removal of stumps, bunding and leveling of the land. The company also proposed to undertake the installation of a state-of-the-art irrigation system called the Center Pivot System, construction of a 400 metric ton capacity warehouse, and electricity connection from the national grid to the farm to power the new irrigation system, and the training of its 250 outgrowers in good agronomic practices, post-harvest handling and storage, group dynamics, and agriculture as a business.
GCAP came in to assist us with developing the 500 acres, taking the storms and the others out for Ariku company and its outgrowers, through Ariku company to get to the outgrowers, so that we can be able to have a proper land. If you have a well-prepared land, your yields actually increase. It didn't come that alone. With irrigation, because the land is there, the place is closer to the water. GCAP also said, we will assist Ariku company and its outgrowers with a pivot system. We actually requested for land development, irrigation, electricity connection, access road, warehouse where we can store our produce. And like I said, we can take the produce out of this place without having access road. So GCAP also, one of their interventions is to make an access road of 1.5 kilometers. We requested for a storage facility that will help Ariku company and its outgrowers to store their grain for a better price. You can't just sell it at the farm gate. You want a premium for your this. You have to have a place to store it for that period, for the peak period. And that is where GCAP, one of the interventions was to give us the warehouse, which is 600 metric ton warehouse.
The government of Ghana, with the support of the World Bank and the USAID, presents to you the GCAP Diaries. The diaries showcase the success stories of the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project being implemented by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
GCAP has come to change the face of farming in Ghana.
We have currently supported 31 grantees on various fronts.
Because of GCAP's intervention, today we have about 60% of the total number of outgrowers that we have being women.
We have learned agronomic practices.
Through the trainings, farmers have been able to increase their yields.
GCAP intervention, the road is fine.
The intervention of GCAP have been lovely and farmers have embraced it.
We want people who know and understand the market and can produce to meet the needs of the market.
Watch GCAP Diaries on this channel every Saturday at 10 a.m.
GCAP's model is to promote and facilitate the transfer of modern farming practices, knowledge and technology from nucleus agribusinesses to their smallholder outgrowers. Constraints addressed by GCAP in this first call included quality land development, irrigation systems, warehouses, pack houses, feeder roads, electricity or power connections, and capacity building of smallholder or outgrower farmers working with the applying nucleus farmers. Galina Okaite Akun is the agribusiness analyst of GCAP.
We are constantly engaging with the nucleus farmers and their outgrowers to ensure that the project is a success. We've got farmers who are now able to use modern irrigation equipment. we now have farmers who are also going to learn how to use it, how to plan their season to get the benefits out of it.
After going through the competitive process, GCAP awarded a grant of $400,000 to Ariku Company Limited to undertake its laudable proposal, which had strong potential to transform its operations and the economic activities of its outgrowers. Specifically, GCAP's grant was meant for land development, acquisition and installation of a center pivot irrigation system, connecting electricity from the national grid to the farm, construction of a warehouse, construction of a 1.5-kilometer feeder road, and training of outgrowers in good agronomic practices. Jeff Ano is the monitoring and evaluation specialist at GCAP and gives us an insight into Ariku Company Limited's proposal.
Ariku Farms approached GCAP to support it in various interventions. For example, he wanted a 400 metric ton warehouse, which we provided. He also wanted to procure and install a center pivot system for his farming. He also wanted to construct some road into his farm to enable access for vehicles to cut produce and also to bring in inputs. He also wanted assistance to connect electricity to his farm because of the center pivot system. And he also wanted to build capacity in his farmers. We found Ariku to be interesting because he had previously won Best Farmer for seed production, and so we thought he was a good candidate to work with. And really, we think so. I mean, after dealing with him for some time, he's basically finished or almost finished his warehouse, which is constructing for 400 metric tons to store produce from his farm. He's assisting some 123 or so outgrowers under a program, but he has other outgrowers who are not part of GCAP. I mean, so he's doing very, very well. In the 2014 production season, it wasn't a surprise to us that he came out tops as one of the best farmers. He got a maize productivity of about 4.3 metric tons per hectare. That's quite high, I mean, nationally. And we're not surprised because we knew his potential. For rice, he did almost 3 metric tons per hectare. I mean, the average was just about 1 or 1.5 metric tons. And so he's more than double the average yield for rice. He had some farming in soya too. He did about 1.5 metric tons per hectare for that one. So basically, we think he's doing very well currently. And with the completion of the interventions and the center pivot systems and the roads and other things, we believe that the productivity is even going to increase beyond what we have. I mean, so we think he's doing quite well.
As part of its implementation activities, Ariku Limited provided 410 acres of land to its outgrowers for the cultivation of rice and maize. Outgrowers didn't have to spend resources on developing land. Capacity building exercises were given to these outgrowers in the form of training on topics like good agronomic practices, group dynamics and formation, farming as a business, and bookkeeping. The installation of the center pivot irrigation system is far progressing. When completed, outgrowers will have access to water to irrigate their farmlands all year round. Also, a 400 metric ton capacity warehouse is under construction, which upon completion, post-harvest losses will be a thing of the past. Farmers will have access to a storage facility in the form of a warehouse that stores and preserves their produce till they can receive good prices on the market.
One key thing we expect to achieve is to let a farmer know that he's doing business with his 1 acre or with his 2 acres. And we want him to get a maximum of even 1 acre of maize. He should be getting around 20 bags, 25 bags per an acre. The farmer usually gets 5 bags from an acre. We are not satisfied with that. And we think that the farmer can make 20 to 25 bags per acre. The same applies to the rice. They can equally get 20 bags to 22 bags from an acre. That is the essence of the training, and that is what we are trying to achieve, and that is what GCAP is all about.
The government of Ghana, with the support of the World Bank and the USAID, presents to you the GCAP Diaries. The diaries showcase the success stories of the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project being implemented by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
GCAP has come to change the face of farming in Ghana.
We have currently supported 31 grantees on various fronts.
Because of GCAP's intervention, today we have about 60% of the total number of outgrowers that we have being women.
We have learned agronomic practices.
Through the trainings, farmers have been able to increase their yields.
GCAP intervention, the road is fine.
The intervention of GCAP have been lovely and farmers have embraced it.
We want people who know and understand the market and can produce to meet the needs of the market.
Watch GCAP Diaries on this channel every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Ariku Trading Company Limited has about 250 outgrowers they support with GCAP funding. The company supports its outgrowers with land development, tractor service, inputs, shelling, capacity building and storage facilities. Outgrowers are made up of groups with an average number of about 23. Yao Nasamu, the field technician, tells us about the operations of the outgrowers and the benefits of GCAP's intervention to the group. GCAP's intervention has helped the nucleus farmer and its outgrowers. Whereas the nucleus company has acquired technology and infrastructure to increase yield, the outgrowers have acquired agronomic skills and now have a developed arable land, seeds and guaranteed market for all produce. When the central pivot irrigation system is functional, all year-round farming will be the order of the day. Farmers will also not worry about post-harvest losses when the storage warehouse is completed.
Years ago, we used to farm with our own ideas, weed, spray and plant. This led to very poor yield. But GCAP's intervention through Ariku Company Limited has changed things. Now we can harvest up to 12 to 20 bags of rice and 15 to 17 bags of maize per acre. This is due to the knowledge GCAP gave us: how to plant in rows, how to apply NPK 14 days after planting, applying weedicide to control weeds, etc. At the end of the season, we had a good yield. We also received training in how to manage our storage. This GCAP project will prevent our youth from going to the south for jobs. We are grateful to GCAP.
There has been a turnaround for female farmers. Farmers are now harvesting 17 to 20 bags of rice per acre and 15 to 20 bags of maize per acre. They now have the support they have always cried for: equal access to inputs and arable land. With the imminent increased productivity due to GCAP's intervention, they can earn more income to support and take care of their families. They don't have to rely on their husbands for income. Livelihood has been enhanced due to increased income and food security.
Through Ariku and GCAP intervention, things have changed. They introduced us to how to spray, how to plant, how to clear weeds, and many more. They also trained us on post-harvest practices. After harvesting, we used to keep the produce at very odd places. This practice affected our sales of the produce on the market greatly. Today, GCAP is putting up a warehouse to help us store our produce until the lean season before we sell. This project has